why you should stop being a people pleaser and being a people rescuer.
You can attach meaning to your life, but that meaning is yours and yours alone. It's not objective. It is not an absolute.
The reason why some people do people pleasing, the number one thing is the fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, and fear of being unloved. We fear that if we stop pleasing other people, that we'll be left behind, that people won't like us anymore, that people will just reject us. That is why we want people around us to be happy, because if they're happy, they're more likely to stick with us, right? That's what we believe. And that if they're unhappy, then they will just leave us. Another reason why we people please is for ego gratification or validation. By helping someone else, it makes us feel that we're needed, demanded, loved, appreciated for what we can offer, right? So by helping other people, we feel that we're superior. We feel that we are better in some ways, right? This might be the case with a lot of mentor-apprentice dynamics, and the teacher feeling better about himself or herself anytime he teaches his student. A lot of it comes from wanting to feel more important, of wanting to feel more valuable as a human being. The thing is, those things don't increase your value. Those things don't make you more lovable or more better as a person. It doesn't change anything. It's all in our fucking heads. So here's why you should stop people pleasing. Number one, people pleasing makes you unhappy. You might think that helping them and pleasing them will make you happy and make them happy, but actually, because you're not living in accordance to your own values, it'll make you unhappier. On top of this, their unhappiness, their need to be pleased will get to you. They will take something from you every single time, and you will feel taken advantage of. You will feel like you're being used. But while you're being used and while you're being taken advantage of, you justify it and you rationalize it, saying that, oh dude, I just want to help others. I'm just a good person. I'm just a nice guy. That's just what I do. I'm altruistic. The altruistic card can become an issue there, right? People that pride themselves for being nice, for being altruistic, and at the end of the day, you look at them and you can tell that they're not exactly happy with this people pleasing. Now, I'm not saying that you should become an asshole. I'm just saying, be careful with that. Maybe you're not doing it for the right reasons. Now, why do they make you unhappier? Well, it's an unending race. Every time you try to please someone, you try to give them something, you're making them believe that happiness can be found in other people. You're making them believe that they can find happiness through you. Happiness you only find internally. You find it in yourself, in what you do, for example. But never, ever will you find happiness from someone else. If you find it, it'll just be filling a certain void. For example, a lot of people go in a relationship because they believe that by being in that relationship, they'll feel whole, they'll feel complete. Well, this person is only filling a void. If you cannot be fulfilled and happy internally first, then whatever you're doing with them, whatever person you're grabbing onto, this is not going to be true happiness. And going back to the people-pleasing thing, it's the same thing. It's like this relationship of you helping them fill their own void. You can't do that all the time. You can't rescue people all the time. Never, ever rescue someone if it steps on your own happiness. Because the more you let this happen to you, the more you get lost, the more confused you'll feel. You won't even know who you are anymore. You won't even know what makes you happy anymore. You'll forget what makes you happy. You'll forget what makes you complete. You'll forget what makes you feel fulfilled. And you'll be just completely lost. Number two, the reason why you must stop people pleasing is because people pleasing makes other people weaker and makes you weaker. Why is that? You're training them to need you. You're training them to come to you for help whenever they feel sad or whatever. You're training them to latch onto other people for things. You're training them to manipulate other people to get what they want because they can't get it themselves. You're training people the wrong things. You're training people that they can get something from someone else, from the external world, that they don't have to work on it themselves. For example, you probably know one person like that, would ask money from people, but for some reason, they would never give it back, right? Those people would try to find people pleasers. And those people pleasers, they would just give the money to them because they didn't want to upset them. They didn't want to bother them. They didn't want to confront them. They're like, oh yeah, just $5? Oh yeah, no problem. No problem, I'll give it to you. Yeah, $5, whatever. Give it to me later. Yeah, awesome. People pleasing here. For example, a person like this, well, you can imagine, it's training them to keep doing it. It's training them to keep bothering other people. What that's really doing is that you're just being cruel here. You're being cruel. You're not letting them grow. You're not letting them improve. You're not letting them understand the world for what it actually is. You're letting them bask into this illusory nature that there will always be a father or a mother to take their hand whenever they're in need. And that's not always the case in the real world. In the real world, you're by yourself. And you have to make shit happen on your own. Sure, sometimes you do things collectively, but at the end of the day, when you go back to sleep, when you go back in your bedroom and you lie on your bed to sleep, you're on your own. You have to face those emotions on your own. You have to face those thoughts on your own. You have to face an idea of a dark future or a bright future on your own. So the root cause of people pleasing is you're just afraid. You're just afraid to be alone. So by pleasing others, you get something from them, right? You get affection from them, you get validation from them, you get ego gratification from them. And in return, they also get affection from you. They get good things from you, right? But it's not being made for the right reasons. When you help someone, it should be out of just offering, not expecting anything in return. It's not bothering you to do it. You're not trying to please them. No, you're helping them for real. Pleasing, for example, if I wanted to make a very people-pleasing video, what would I say? Dude, you're the best. You're the best. Life is amazing. Focus on the positives. Just take action. Keep doing what you do. I'm here for you. Even if you're 7th place, I'll give you a 7th place prize. This is what Gary Vaynerchuk criticized about the education system. So people pleasing is that, telling you what you want to hear. Well, I'm not telling you what you want to hear in those videos. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you some of the dark truth about this, some of the dark aspects of it. And a lot of it you don't want to hear. So I'm not trying to please anyone with those videos. I'm still being empathetic of what you guys want, right? But I'm not compromising. Ever. And that is at the root of stopping people pleasing. Don't compromise who you are. Now, on top of this, why you should stop people pleasing is because people pleasing is worse than being an asshole, in my opinion. Because when you're people pleasing, you're manipulating the truth. You're not saying the whole truth. You're leaving parts that you don't want to say, right? You're leaving parts that you think that they don't want to hear. You're taking the material and you're molding it into a half truth, half lie. Because when you're an asshole, at least at the very least, when you're an asshole, there's a little more truth in what you're saying. Obviously it depends, right? Maybe you're an amazing, talented individual and that is the truth. And then an asshole will tell you, well, you fucking suck. And obviously that's a lie. But to make the point, I would much rather meet an asshole who's very direct and very honest, assertive and very truthful in his approach to life, than a nice people pleaser that will be afraid to tell you what's on his mind. Someone who's afraid to say the truth. Someone who's gonna obviously turn those niceties into half lies, right? Because you don't really have a choice. If you're people pleasing, you're lying about reality. And the more you lie about reality, the more you lie to yourself, the further away you go from your own self-development, and the further away they go towards their own self-development. That is fucking everyone up at the end. And number 4, you should stop people pleasing because it's bad for you. You will become an easy prey to manipulators. People will take advantage of you. Your boss, your coworkers, your superiors, your family, your friends, right? Because obviously if they take advantage of you, they're not real friends. Whatever you want to call it, altruism, true altruism comes from genuinely wanting to help with nothing in return. Not in fear of being abandoned, not in fear of being rejected, not in fear of being ridiculed, not in fear of whatever shit. Real altruism comes from genuinely wanting to help. And one last note, listen, by helping someone else, by being more altruistic, this does not make you more important, nor does it make you more valuable in any way, shape, or form. Pleasing others does not make you a more moral person, a more virtuous person. The pleasing has to be assessed from which place it's coming from. What should you do instead of people pleasing? Well, you should give them the truth. You should be direct, be authentic in your intentions. In my opinion, sometimes giving them the option of sinking or swimming can be the best thing you can do to someone. Telling them, hey dude, it's either you take responsibility for your life or you're fucked forever. Now this may sound very harsh. This may sound like I'm pointing the finger at you like, oh well, this is all reality is. But sometimes this tough love that we love to give each other as men, right, can be the best thing. It is truthful. You're not hiding anything. It's not pleasing, but it's helping. You're giving them a taste of truth, a taste of what reality actually is like. You're not telling them, you'll be successful, man. I love you, it's okay. We will take care of you, don't worry. Yeah, I'll give you money, yeah. Whatever, for example, a lot of parents do the people-pleasing thing. They spoil their children and they become weaker because of this spoiling. So similarly, you don't want to spoil the people you want to help. Not fucking point to some illusory, fantastical, non-existent future. Fuck that. Fuck that. How do you stop people fucking pleasing? Start with saying no. Say no more often. Start with saying no with the little things. For example, if someone asks you to hang out, for example, you're really busy, you want to hang out with them, but you want to do your stuff, you tell them no. Tell them, hey, listen, I'm busy, I can't, sorry, bye. Do not say, I'll let you know. Do not say, I'll think about it. Do not say, maybe. Be direct, tell them, no, that's it. Hey, I can't, sorry. Hey, can you help me for this project? No, I can't, sorry. I'm working on myself, so I won't have time for you, sorry. And the first few times you do this, it'll be very easy to feel guilty. Maybe you'll start feeling empathetic for them, that you want to help them. And then maybe they'll guilt you for not helping them. If someone ever tries to guilt you, they're trying to keep you stuck in that people-pleasing mindset. You want to get the fuck out of there if this happens. And eventually, by saying no more often, you'll be more grounded in yourself. More grounded in helping yourself before you help others. The goal of saying no is so you can say yes to yourself, yes to your purpose, yes to your own fucking growth. But first of all, you have to know, what is your yes? What is your yes? What do you want to say yes to? Yes to your own happiness. Yes to love. Yes to art. Yes to your own success. Yes to contribution. Yes to my purpose. Yes to me. So thank you guys for watching. This was fun to make. I think people pleasing is a huge problem, especially in this day and age where the world is becoming more and more social, where reputation matters more and more, because reputation is so easily communicated, so easily breached, so easily broken through social media, through the internet, through our school institutions where we're always in groups. to collaborate in that group, we will do people pleasing. And this people pleasing becomes more and more insidious, where you slowly lose touch of your own values, of your own worth. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. I read every single comment and I reply to every single comment. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like these self-development videos, don't forget to, next subscription bar, there's a bell. Click on the bell, because this bell will allow you to receive notifications every single video I release. So stay tuned for more. Love you guys. Peace. I love you guys. 2:44 a.m. Oh, I just let out a massive fart right here. I'm gonna probably close them lights. That was fun to make.